My other question is, what do you think will be the catalyst that springs FOMO in terms of Robotaxi? I thought it was just going to be the very launch or even the promise of the launch, but neither one of those has made the FOMO happen. What do you think? Where do you think people will finally believe that this is going to be a million, rideshare business by next year?
Well, the answer that I would hang my hat on is, again, the same experience that NVIDIA went through when it finally shows up in the earnings and it's big enough and growing fast enough that you cannot ignore it.
I see.
That's for sure. So whenever that happens, for sure by then, right?
Right.
And that's debatable about how big does it need to be before, even Tesla, reports its own Robotaxi division numbers. Like, are they going to just bury it in auto and not really tell us much initially? Probably. Or services or whatever they put it. But once the profit margin of services goes beyond autos and goes beyond energy, then we know something's happening, right? Because the current services business does not have that potential.
Right.
As great as supercharging it and as great as the Tesla service team is, it does not have that kind of margin potential. So the question is, though, could it happen sooner than that? And I think the answer is yes. Right. Obviously, it didn't happen just on the introduction because the mainstream media did a pretty good hit job of sort of pointing out all the issues with it.
Right.
And then saying how far Waymo is ahead and all this stuff. So the public at large has no clue about what's really happening here.
Right.
We have this wonderful disconnect between those people in the know about what's coming and everybody else who doesn't know. And at what point is there a tipping point with all that? And that remains to be seen. But I can say, I think, with strong likelihood in terms of the stock price and, what's going to drive that, we don't need the general public at large to be aware of that. We just need the financial community to be aware. And once we have strong earnings and earnings growth, they can't ignore it anymore.
Right. So Bank of America might be the place to start, since they just put out a huge article on autonomous vehicles, talking about all the potential in autonomous vehicles, didn't mention Tesla once in the entire article, even under possible investment strategies.
That takes a real effort to not mention Tesla at this point. Yeah.
So, or either that or a lack of awareness. I mean, I don't know.
No, that's intentional. There's no analyst that is that stupid. They've been told to not include Tesla. Right, like this is what Tesla's up against is a concerted effort to minimize them in so many ways.
Yeah.
And misreport and all the attacks that Tesla's faced.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.